Hi sewing friends, my name's Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. Welcome again to my channel and welcome to another video. For this one I'm wearing my Wanted top by Vanessa Pouzet that I showed you the other day. Love it. Anyway, in this episode I want to show you a new pattern release. I'm a pattern tester for the pattern company Love Notions, and I've tested a dress for them before, the Sonata dress. I think I showed it at the beginning of the month. So when this pattern appeared, I raised my hand. Yep, I want to try that. Specifically because this is a very versatile pattern with many options, and one of the options is something that I need. Suddenly the cold sort of hit us, and I was not expecting these types of temperatures here in Brazil. I mean, I'm sure some of you might laugh, but you know, temperature is the way you feel it to what you're acclimatized to. So basically when there's like 14 degrees, I'm cold. Whereas in the past, when I lived in New Zealand, I mean, with 18, I'd be in the water, like in the ocean. So I have acclimatized to hotter climates now. And so this test came at the right time because I was really needing some 3/4 length. It's my preferred length because it's not so, like, I don't need it to be that long, you know. So the Willow top and dress, I'm going to insert a line drawing here so you can see what I'm talking about. So it comes from sizes extra small to 3XL. Has the option of a peplum or what I believe is a quarter circle skirt. It's a nice flowy skirt, but it's not very full. I like that. And there's 3 versions, depends on the bodice that you choose. There's one that's a simple bodice, the one I chose, and then there's a bodice with some ruching under the bust on one side, and the other one has a little flounce here on the crisscross of that faux wrap. So the wrap goes on the front only up to your natural waist, then it goes close together, and underneath comes a skirt or a peplum. What I think is cool is all the types of sleeve options you have. If you're a person that likes doing sleeves, which most of you are. So there's like short, elbow length, 3/4 length, long length, flatter sleeves, you name it. There's 5 types of sleeves. And there's also a maternity skirt if you're interested. It has like a longer front piece, so it accommodates for your baby bump. So it's a pattern that has many options, and you can mix and match and make whatever you want. So because I'm a simple person and I like simple designs, usually because of my larger bust, I want simple designs really. So I chose just the simple bodice, the version C, simple bodice with a little peplum, no ruffles, no ruching, nothing like that. And I chose the 3/4 length sleeves. The other cool thing about this pattern is that there are 2 neckline options. So if you're someone that likes things very low cut, you can cut it lower on the pattern. And then there's another line where you can choose a higher cut. So it'll cross you above, you know. And because I've had experiences with wrap tops and dresses that are like plunging and way too booby, I thought I'd take the safe route and cut the higher neckline so that I could see where it fits me like that from there. So I have filmed a little bit of the process for you, and that's coming next. Quick voiceover, here's my layout. I could get this with a meter of fabric. In that little piece I put the other peplum that's on the top. On the right side is the fold, on the other the selvage. Here I've sewn up the shoulder seams, and I've pressed down the neckline all the way around, and I've overlocked and twin needled. So those are the first steps I've done. Very easy, very easy. So then when you turn it around, you see the neckline's already finished there. This fabric has good recovery. It's quite a stable knit, so it took the twin needle super well. There you see, next step will be to attach those 2 peplums. Now to attach the peplum, I'm going to use a stretch stitch that I've used actually to attach everything. You see me placing them there. The stretch stitch is going to allow this to stretch with me as much as I move, because this is a knit. so I do think that's necessary, although it's slower to sew. Then I'm almost done here. Easy attaching on the sleeves, and then once that's attached, then uniting the side seams to the sleeves in one go, and then hemming, and you're done. Cool, so very easy. I chose this one for my first attempt. You know, when you're testing a pattern, I didn't choose the most favorite fabric I had in my stash, but one that would be suitable. It's a Rayon spandex, and it's got all those colorful flowers. Very nice medium weight, I would say, knit, and that is why this type of neck finish was okay, which is just overlocking, folding in, and twin needling. I don't know if you can see the twin needle stitching, probably not. Because this is a medium weight knit, it took this technique very well. It's not gaping, it doesn't have channeling or like any weirdness. It lays really nice, and it looks nice and professional. I believe because of this fabric. I think if I'd gone with a thinner knit, it wouldn't have looked very good. But this is not the final way to finish the top. So the final version of the pattern test has binding here, and I think that's a better way to finish it. And just that I'd already done it like this, like the first instructions said, and I didn't really want to go and undo and unpick, and you know. But this works. It works really well. Very easy to do. The sleeves easy to set in flat. You know, hem is also done with a twin needle. I don't know that you can see, but anyway, the fit on this is super duper. I think for me it's very flattering, so I think this is really good. The height of this neck line, the way it crosses over my body, is perfect. I think it minimizes my bust a little bit, and that is my only sewing goal in life. You know, I buy bras that minimize. I try to sew in a way that will minimize my bust, because you know, it's my aesthetic. So I like the peplum because it's not huge, bulky peplum. It's very streamlined. So I have some pictures of this version, and this version is more like an everyday wear, sort of with jeans type of top. So that is the way I took the photograph, so you can have a look now. And if you think you know my style of sewing, you're probably wondering if I made another one, and of course I did. So the final version of the pattern, you know. So I decided to go with a version, it's basically the same thing, but the choice of materials make it dramatically different. And I've chosen Rayon spandex again, but black. And I've done lace sleeves. So you saw in one of my fabric hauls, my husband went to Bolivia recently and he brought me some lace, and it's stretch lace, and I used the little scallop edges of the lace there, so I didn't have to hem the sleeves. And one detail I did on the neckline was actually do the binding as they suggest. I'm gonna take it out of the hanger so you can see. So you're meant to cut a 2-inch long strip. In the instructions it says how long, I can't remember now, 50 something inches I believe, and fold that wrong sides together and then sew it onto the neckline. But I have filmed that for you, so that's coming in now. The way I chose to finish the neckline here on this wrap top is with binding, but the binding is made out of lace. So I'm just going to have a close-up here. There you can see the lace. So I cut strips of 2 inches wide or 5 centimeters and a little bit shorter than the total length of the neckline. That was 124 centimeters. I cut 10 centimeters shorter just to help it lay flat, you know, because it does stretch. It is stretch lace. And the binding there, what you see there is the right side of the fabric. So I've got the wrong sides folded together of the binding, the lace binding, and I've pinned it to the right side of my top. So here you can see I've already done the shoulder seams there. So this is the right side. When I sew this, then I'm going to overlock it and then fold it like that, and I'll have an edge that will be like a really small band of lace. And that's the difference I'm doing with this top versus the other one. I think it's going to look really nice. So if you can see the light going through it, instead of making this go inside like normal binding would, I just let it stand up so you can see, and it becomes more like an embellishment to the piece. So I have the lace on the sleeves and then the lace on the edge there. You can't really see this properly unless I wear it, so just a second. Okay, so I have it on now. Step back. You see it does cinch in right at the waist. It hits exactly at my natural waist. I didn't need to modify anything with the pattern. Sometimes I need to shorten it or lengthen it, whatever. This hits me perfect. And you can see the peplum here. It's not that it hits you like mid hip. And if I come up here close, you can see that lace detail there. So there's the lace sleeves. And here, so the crossover here is perfect. This is the high neckline line, and the modification I made was because I was going to add that piece of lace band or binding there that was going to add on a little bit of height. For this version, the last one, I cut in between the lower neckline and the higher. I just cut in between that and then added on this little lace band, and then it came out at the same height as the blue one. So I really like it. I think it looks nice and dramatic and totally me like this. So this is a dressier way that you can make the top look just by changing the materials, I guess. So I have also some pictures of this, but in a more dressed up version. Cool, so this pattern just went live. I'm going to put in the description box the link to the pattern. It's not an affiliate link, it's just a link directly to the website. Very cool. There's also the option I forgot to mention of choosing a full bust bodice instead of the normal bodice. So if you're like a very petite woman, say you're a size 10 but you have like a D cup, you know, and you always have to do full bust adjustments, you can just choose the full bust bodice where that's already done for you. So it doesn't come in a specific cup size, but it's a full bust bodice, which means you're gonna have more room around here. I think with my C cup, I can get away with not using those types of options. So, and because it's a knit, I think it's fine. There's no gaping, there's no weird pulling here. The fit is perfect for me. Yeah, so I highly recommend, very versatile. I will make the dress version soon. I just really needed some tops to wear like every day because I didn't have any. I just have tank tops, as you know. So yeah, highly recommend, really like the pattern. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and yeah, just like this, really like this a lot. Thanks for watching. Bye.